Hello, hello, Daycarn here. Welcome back to Torment. Last episode, well, it was kind of a rush ending, and I'm sorry about that. I had a guest turn up. Sorry, unexpected guest. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm gonna keep exploring, try and find this amulet I'm meant to find to move on with the main quest. I have no idea where I'm going.
Look out below! Above! Sideways!
Okay, let's have a look at the map. Shrine, hellish. Okay, there's a few doors I haven't been
like
through.
a whisper.
See, what's in here? Can't remember if I have or not. I don't think I have. I don't remember this. Spivot spec.
All right. How did you fall into the criminal life, Matkina?
One step at a time, Alligern. Just like everyone else. Intentions don't mean skist.
You and I have more in common than I thought.
A few unknown people. Professor Mine, playing cultist. Yeah, let's observe its spec. Observe its spec is in a shadowy corner of the shrine lurks an old woman, so tiny and unremarkable that she blends into the gloom. I've been watching you since you arrived, following you with bright, intense eyes. You notice that one of her arms is missing at the elbow. She's here. Greetings. The whispers told me you were coming, castoff. They often do when someone they regard as interesting finds their way into the bloom. Her voice is soft and shifting, as if everything she says is echoed by chittering voices of the bloom. Suddenly she's at your side, one small hand touching your arm, her eyes probe yours. Did you come here with purpose? Do you know what this place is? You realize that this shrine does feel familiar to you, as if you, or perhaps a changing god, have been here before. Let's try to remember. Failure. Oh well. Scan the room. That's just might sparkle. But you look to the woman. Yep. The whispers told me they talk to themselves mostly, but they don't mind if I listen. She cocks her head, bird-like, her eyes straying to your cast-off tattoos. You're not the first of your kind to hide in the bloom. The others were drawn by fear or instinct, or the unconscious knowledge that the thing that hurts you can't follow. For death has no place here, only hunger. Now I've answered your question. Will you answer mine? She gestures around. Do you know this place? Yeah, I think that's it. Yes, of course, the woman shrugs, seeming distant, but that's not why it's important to you and your siblings. In coming here, you crossed your size path years ago. You stood where you do now. The old woman looks towards the stone slabs near a pile with junk. He left an offering, a piece of his handiwork. And now here you are, in the shrine of Chilla the Great, Chilla Silverskin, Chilla the Bride of the Hammer, and I am her servant Spec. I want to know more about you. The small hands unfold small hand unfolds the stump of a missing arm. A self-conscious gesture. I am only a speck, a mote of dust, easily missed, nothing important save for the words I speak. The stories I tell to those who would hear them, but I observe much that passes in the bloom, and I still hear more in its whispers. I don't want to be insensitive. So they are, her eyes glisten. A lot of people hear them, but none as clear as me. Yeah. They create a portal to another world, a place called the Inception. He believed that the crystals of that world would save him from death, so he descended to the bloom's heart and forged a bond of sorts. From that bond, a new morn was born. It took your sire to the world he sought. She purses her lips, but for every bond, the bloom always expects a price. If it could not feast upon your sire, then it will devour one of his offsprings. More than one, perhaps her eyes glitter. Oh boy. Yeah. So he was a man who enjoyed holding lives at his mercy, pronouncing judgment from his throne. You hear the chittering, whispering voices of the balloon behind the speck's words, twisting their way into your mind. When you blink your eyes, the image of an imperious-looking man flashes before you, the same man you met outside, but younger, stronger, and cruel lips. The whole bloom was his palace, the seed of a kingdom he would build, for such was his ambition, and the bloom loved him for it. Such power it gave. But the bloom, just as it always does, so many lives cut short by his hands, so much fear bound up in his name. He grown fat with the terror and strife he sowed. In the mind of the bloom, he was a beast made plump for the slaughter. It's kind of terrible. The physical pain was nothing to him. Losing his name and all that he built being forgotten, that was terrible. The speck slowly spins herself in a circle. It's a cycle, round and round. Feasts on one Minerva, raises another in its place. Let the hunger build. She stops and feast again. Yeah. So she's hiding in a tower. She's scared to leave her tower, too proud and stubborn to abandon the blooms. She's no different than the ones who preceded her. The bloom will eat her, and her name will be forgotten. Yeah.
Look out below! Above!
That's creepy.
Sideways!
And I know what's through that door now. Let's go see
Why not?
another. What's that? A blistering few angry pulsate. It's almost entirely opaque, but you can see the faintest hints of movement within. Examine. You study closely with security. Shadow of a hand claws at the interior vanishes. Someone or something is trapped in. Touch it. Oh. Sharper, as your fingers spread. Only memory swell and mouth strong. You gaze at the faint shimmer and ripple outside. It looks empty. You know it is now. You feel the eyes on you, the hungries, but you feel no feel. You feel emptiness within you, like a scab that you want to pick. You swallow the memory of anguish that threatens to overwhelm you. You're not alone. Okay. You wake up from your visualization. A brief moment later, you recognize you're in your own flesh. You find yourself once again standing before them. Okay. Then bed and cavity deep in the bloom. You hear moisture rising. Ooh, fetch it. Turn and see what stalks you. Creatures vaguely feline, enormous, tall, finned. Ugh. I feel it snugs baffled and pads back to the dripping darkness of the bloom. Gasping, you drag yourself barely functioning towards tomorrow. You return to your mind with the death of your host, and you know that what you saw, what you felt was true. The life you lived was full of rich. Bloom has sealed something within the system, and your agony is the key that will let it loose. Okay. Drop your defenses and strike. Yeah. I'll get there. Keep too far. Yeah. So I was on the right path before. Okay. Defend yourself. There we go. Strike, strike, so do you. I don't know. Conscious calls you. It fibers loosens further. Okay. Do yourself again and then reach out and seize one. After a while, you think you've looted, buried as you are. You hear them approach. Where did that loot? Hold your breath and stay still. And Mikara. Probably. Please, you whisper, hands raised, clean white dust untouched, the taint bloom. You won't ruin my creation. Step aside, this is your last wing. I will destroy it. It's my creation. Don't make me... Angular creature trapped inside. It bursts out of this, leaving a glittering object behind and it says to escape. I got it! Oh. Bye! Now, the husk solo defeated. Examine the remains. A mesmer candle.
Updated my journal.
Yeah, I'm just
It's
a
a
hilt
plan.
without a blade. Hey. So much text. Where am I? Where am I? Chirigun Slump. Mercenary.
Whatever.
A pair of bored-looking soldiers in filthy uniform barge your way. Blue and silver markings still visible under their grime, but only just. The weapons on their hands are clean and well maintained, and appear to have seen serious use. The guard glances at each other for a barest fraction and then hide a smirk. The first one. Welcome to the Chirigan Zone. Under the protection of irregulars, here to see one of our fine medical professions. It'll cost you... It breaks off suddenly. No fee, I beg your pardon. A bleeding cast off. Artiglow won't be happy about this. What can you tell me about this place? His eyes fixed on your tattoo. I'm sorry, you'll have to speak to our captain.
Ready.
And with that, I'm gonna leave it there for today. I'm very confused and a little bit interested in what's happening. Well, extremely interested. Okay. Ooh, that's another more. Oh well. This is Daycarn. Sign off. Bye. Okay. Yes, but I'll need one more time. I can't remember all the words.